Today we'll be going over the new dashboard capabilities within the Fuse platform. There's a couple different options depending on what level of subscription you have, if you're an enterprise or adaptive. So it really comes in two different varieties. You get either embedded dashboards, which means you'll get standard out-of-the-box dashboards, or dashboards that our team would create for you as part of your implementation. Or if you go with the adaptive, you will have access to the full-blown dashboard designer where you'll actually be able to go in and create dashboards of your own using any data sources that you would like. So we're going to show you a little bit about both. What we're looking at right now is an embedded dashboard. This one is connected to some equipment on our shop floor through the PLC using our device gateway. As you can see, we can display images, videos. So these are embedded videos from YouTube, but these could also be live streams from webcams. We can pull various information off of the equipment, cycles and faults, and you'll notice as I scroll over each of these objects, I have this little icon in the top right corner. So if I select that, I can download the data, I can save the image, I can also set alerts for myself. So this is really what makes it so powerful and easy to use. If I wanted to, for example, set an alert on the feed rate of this machine, I could do that pretty easily. So if the sum of this feed rate is less than or equal to 120 inches per minute, then this would cause the trigger, which I can add additional filters to. So maybe I don't want to get alerted if this happens at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hit the next, and how often do I want to check this parameter? I can check it hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. I can create a new channel. This will be my email channel, and I can add a message to myself, subject, and recipients, and then I can go ahead and create this alert. So that's very easy to do. So within the embedded dashboards, there's still a lot of capabilities that you can take advantage of and that make them really easy for your team to use. So now we're going to move over and focus on the next feature of the dashboards, which is a newer feature recently added. Down here, you'll notice I have this little icon. So we're able to set comments on our dashboards. So this is really helpful for supervisors, plant managers, anything like that. So if you notice that there's a particular issue with a machine or a process, or even if your dashboard is not machine related, and I'll show you some of those examples here in a minute, you can set and save these messages directly in the dashboard, and this makes it really easy to communicate across a wider team for different things that are going on within the environment. So now let's take a look at the designer. So I'm going to flip my tab over to the designer. So as you notice, this is a completely different type of dashboard, financial metrics. And now you can see the layout. And as I scroll over each of these objects, you can see I get handles, so I can drag and resize as I'd like to. I also get a little edit menu here. So if I want to see the underlying data, I can click this, and this will pop open the data sets that are currently being used to drive this. And you can see my measure is using my global gross margin, and it's over date, so by month. I can add additional filters to this and really start to get very granular with the data. Over here on the left-hand side of the screen, the toolbar is your data browser. So the data models that you create within the Fuse platform or are created for you, depending on your scenario, are then available here for you to use in drag and drop fashion. So it's very easy for anybody to create dashboards in Fuse. If I want to see the underlying data set, I can click here, and in this example, there is no data. We've hard-coded various data points to drive this particular graph. But if I go back, we'll go to business regions, and now you'll see the actual underlying data that's driving this. So you can create joins and relationships between different data models directly in this tool. And I can also then go to my settings for each individual component. And as you see, I have a number of different options I can play with here. I can add images, icons. I can change the layout of each of these components, colors, alignment, fonts, how I want to do my evolution behind, annotations, tooltips, interactivities, if I want to do drill downs, even custom events. So if you're using our data flow system, you can create custom events from your dashboards, which could trigger integrations, they could trigger some process, or whatever you need them to do. Changing the theme is also very easy, so each individual component can have its own theme, or in this case, it's inherited from the main dashboard itself. So the main dashboard settings can be addressed here. Title, time zone, you can include an export or not, you can add time zone selection, commenting, and how you want that to work, and then your theming, and of course, more advanced options if you need them. You also have the ability to do commenting within the designer. So if you're designing dashboards across a team, then this is a very helpful tool for you to communicate back and forth with other team members as you collaborate on this design. And you'll notice here at the top, we have the ability to adjust this dashboard. So the dashboards natively are going to be responsive to whatever screen size and shape you're viewing them on. You also have the ability to change that. If I go into configure, I can change it to a fixed width. So if I'm trying to build a dashboard specifically for like a shop floor display or something like that, I can set this to whatever width I want and make it very easily readable from anywhere in my plant. Here I can also change my localization. So it's not automatic, but you can set the defaults. So if you wanted to flip to French, then you could go through and update all of the verbiage on the screen, and that would then be tied to that localization. So groups across your entire organization could then just flip to their local environment and see it in the way that they want to. You can add additional items to the dashboard pretty easily. As you can see, there's a pretty wide assortment of different options that you can put directly into your dashboard. So again, in order to have the dashboard designer capabilities, that's our top tier adaptive package. Otherwise, we're going to be creating these dashboards for you and embedding them in your Fuse application based on your underlying app. So if you're an Industry 4.0 customer, you're likely going to have various dashboards pertaining to shop floor, utilization, performance, and so on. If you're an e-commerce customer, maybe you want dashboards around sales, order intake, fulfillment, something like that. So with Fuse being so open and agnostic and literally no limit in terms of what we can connect to and where we can pull data from, even from your on-premise databases now with new enhancements to our gateway, you too can create very nice looking and interactive dashboards very quickly and easily. So thanks for your time.